We will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
Space. Going to be a lot of things happening in space. Because space is the world's newest warfighting domain. Amid grave threats to our national security, American superiority in space is absolutely vital. And we're leading, but we're not leading by enough, but very shortly we'll be leading by a lot.
Okay, go ahead, sweetie.
Do you think, Casey?
That's Sirius. That's Canopus. That's Arcturus. Radio Centaurus. Vega. Procyon. Capella. Betelgeuse.
Why do you love the stars so much, Casey?
Because I want to go there.
But it's so far away.
It'll take a long time, a real long time. What if you get all the way up there and there's nothing? What if you get all the way up there and there's nothing? What if you get all the way up there and there's nothing?
What if there's everything?
Countries around the world are rushing to use technology to slow the spread of the coronavirus. Some governments are tracking citizens with the help of apps, drones, and other high-tech methods.
Is that though? Ain't nobody seeing this shit? Bro, what is that though? Now they lightweight disappearing now. You can barely see them on the camera now. It's only 3 now.
Man, what the f is that?
I have no idea, but I'm about to get a close-up though.
What the f? This is why they want us to stay in the house. This is why the f they want us to stay in the fucking house. It ain't the coronavirus. It ain't the radiation. It's this. What the f is this? What is this? What is that? What is this? Hold on. What is this? What is this? What is that? What is this? What is this in the sky right now? What's going on? They not airplanes. They doing formations and shit. Like, what's going on for real, for real? Somebody please explain to me, man. What's going on, man? Like, this shit crazy right now. What the like, what the
I can't see it. The light disappeared.
What is them? What is that? Them not stars either. That white thing is stars.
No, wait. Let's pull over right here. It's a garbage can. They just disappearing.
They disappearing, literally, from vanishing, disappearing, like they turning off their shit. They was just doing formations and shit, dog. That shit crazy.
I'm having to fucking hype them.
Cesaro, a victory for you here tonight over Drew Gulak.
You just saw something really special, something that hasn't happened in over 10 years. You just saw a UFO.
WWE will be allowed to keep operating despite a number of restrictions because it's an essential business that's critical to Florida's economy.
It's going to be one more for the good guys.
The federal government is being increasingly open about its decades-long investigation of UFOs.
You gave an interview the other day in which you said you've been briefed on unidentified flying objects. Are they real?
Well, I don't want to really get into it too much, but personally, I tend to doubt it. I mean, you have people that swear by it, right? And pilots have come in and they said, and these are pilots that are not pilots that are into that particular world. But we have had people saying that they've seen things. I'm not a believer, but, you know, I guess anything's possible.
The access to all the information
Right.
in the world, all the mysteries out there. And I was just struck in the last couple of weeks, we're reading more and more reports of Navy pilots seeing lots and lots of UFOs. Have you been briefed on that? What do you make of it?
I have. I think it's probably, I want them to think whatever they think. They do say, I mean, I've seen and I've read and I've heard, and I did have one very brief meeting on it, but people are saying they're seeing UFOs. Do I believe it? Not particularly.
Do you think you'd know if there were evidence of extraterrestrials?
Well, I think our great pilots would know. And some of them really see things that are a little bit different than in the past. So we're going to see.
See him, like, all
Draw a
the
small
movies.
gray.
Small gray. Damn.
Are these the aliens that you've seen?
No, but
Which ones did you see?
yeah, these right here, the small gray. They have a little
They had a
slippery
mouth? How do they breathe?
They have nostrils, but they don't.
Do they breathe oxygen?
Yes, they can breathe oxygen. The atmosphere on their planet is very similar, but it's a binary star system, so they have like 2 suns. And which makes the air a lot drier. Their skin is their bones are more fragile than ours. But they kind of.
So I could fucking.
They kind of look like that.
They don't want to fuck. What's their body look like?
It was really close to well, I don't know. They look the same.
And I don't know why President Obama hasn't supported Joe Biden a long time ago. There's something he feels is wrong. Why isn't he'll come out? I'm sure he's got to come out at some point, because he certainly doesn't want to see me for 4 more years. We're not. We think a little bit differently.
And actually,
That looks like me. Look at those ears.
and he was the overseer of the pyramid city of Cheops and Kefren and Menkaure. And actually,
That looks like me.
And actually,
That looks like me.
And actually,
That looks like me.
We are looking for the Keymaker.
Oh yes, it is true. The Keymaker, of course.
Ancient Egypt had always been polytheistic, many gods. And then there is a new leader, a new pharaoh with a new idea. Akhenaten announces there will be one God. They will be a monotheistic people. Aten, the sun god, would be the one divinity they all worshipped. The image is the sun disk. It shook the empire in really terrible ways.
What could have inspired Akhenaten to make such drastic changes during a time of tremendous prosperity? Ancient astronaut theorists suggest there may have been an otherworldly influence.
One has to wonder if Akhenaten may have been some type of an extraterrestrial hybrid, and that is why he introduced this one God rule. Perhaps that sun disk Aten that Akhenaten prayed to wasn't a sun in the sky at all, but it could have been an extraterrestrial that instructed Akhenaten. The texts say it's a winged disc.
Oh shit, I was gonna tell you, shooting star. Shooting star, but then it stopped, huh? Yeah, let me zoom in, man. It's like an orb, man. Look at that shit. It's pulsating. Oh, this is awesome. And he's not on TCAS, man. Huh. Well, I can tell Rita now. That's interesting. That is, dude. That is shit hot. Platillos, platillos. He's a pulsating orb. Look at that, dude. Look at that.
You guys, I have never seen anything like this. This is the sky here in Escazú, Costa Rica. And look at the sky. It's absolutely, it's like a sign of God. Here you have the normal mountains. Wow.
Look, in the middle is like green.
I know. It's like
Might
the
not be a
Lord,
good idea to look at it for
it's like the Lord is gonna come through those clouds any moment.
Steve, WSO. Hope you're having a good day. Did you guys catch this one? This is actually out of RT. I think there was a place where it was mentioned. But we're talking about Planet X might just be a bowling ball sized black hole. Now this is the round and round that we see in our community, right? And this actually started back in the 80s was the last time. It was a small local newspaper, and I'm sorry I couldn't pull up the article itself. But it talked about astronomers as far back as the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, talking about Planet X. Now, Planet X as opposed to Nibiru, okay? Now, these terms really don't matter. There's something out there that's perturbing the orbits of the outlying planets of Uranus, Pluto, etc. Okay, and this goes back to the 2015 announcement from Caltech that talked about that, you know, that they have pretty much settled that there's something out there, right? And so they go round and round. Some people say it's a magnetar. Some people say it was a failed red or brown dwarf. You know, I've seen it all, guys. I've seen it all. But let's see what they're saying now about the black hole idea, right? That it could be something so small, like a bowling ball, that is causing this perturbation. Let's read what they say. An astronomical anomaly considered by scientists to point to an as yet undiscovered planet may actually be a big black hole lurking deep in our solar system, according to a new theory. Is it a conspiracy theory? No, because it's from a scientist and they can only have good theories, not suspicious conspiracy theories. Mathematical evidence for a planet dubbed Planet 9 or Planet X by space scientists was revealed by Caltech researchers in 2015, as we noted. The strange object, they said, could have a mass of 10 times that of the Earth and take up 20,000 years to complete the orbit of the sun as it sits between 45 billion and 150 billion kilometers from our star. However, now two physicists are suggesting that the enigmatic I can't pronounce stuff, Planet X isn't a planet at all, but a planet mass black hole sucking in matter from its surroundings. And if they're correct, they say they'll be able to find supporting evidence in the form of flashes of gamma rays created by the interactions between dark matter particles and the halo surrounding the black hole. Okay? And not only that, but the pair say that in a paper on their theory that the black hole matching the projected mass of Planet X would be so dense it would only be the size of a bowling ball. So again, you know, this goes back to the idea that we're going to play with, and actually Dave Dobson and I will get into this later today, and probably Bobby and I will get into it later today too. The idea that there's a disruptive force in our solar system, I absolutely accept. I absolutely accept that the possibility of it being a second solar system is still there. I haven't taken that off the table. But if you think about a black hole going through and around and in a solar system and things getting moved around, right? And let me show you something here that I want you to think about, okay? I don't know if you guys remember this. This is the last time that we saw Jupiter get walloped, or its moons get walloped, was in 2018, in May, over a year ago. And what that looked like was this, okay? So Jupiter moves past this little area on here, and this is the second time we've noticed that, where we see clearly some violent action happening. We also see all kinds of weird stuff around the Earth and Venus there in that, on the left side. We won't get into that right now, but we see this explosion. This is like the second time that it happened. Could something disruptive like that have happened because of a black hole? I don't know. I don't think so. But it doesn't mean that it's off the table. The point I'm trying to make is, why are we seeing planets and moons that look just like the planets and moons of Jupiter, or the planets and moons of Saturn, or the planets and moons of Uranus? Is it Planet X? Is it the Nibiru solar system? Or is it a black hole or other type of highly dense object moving us around in our orbits, and therefore now putting us in position to see things in our sky like Io or Europa or Jupiter itself, which we have seen over the last couple of months. So I just want to kind of remind you guys, yeah, we've been tracking this stuff for a long time, you guys. This is not something new that we just came up with. But again, if Jupiter's getting walloped by sucked in or by a black hole or something like that, or if that's what's going on, and it kind of matches Terrell Blackstar's study a lot more when we think about the black hole idea, right?
Years before the Egyptians built the pyramids, Atlantis had electricity, advanced medicine, even the power of flight. Impossible, you say? Well, no, not for them. Numerous ancient cultures all over the globe agree that Atlantis possessed a power source of some kind, more powerful than steam, than coal, more powerful than our modern internal combustion engine.
Give it a read.
Lost City of Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
On April 29th at 4:56 in the morning, there are reports that an asteroid measuring between 1.1 and 2.5 miles in diameter will come within 3.9 million miles of Earth.
On a clear night in this desert city, Tim Lay and his son looked for the latest sign of the comet Hale-Bopp.
How's the Hale-Bopp tonight?
The same. What is it?
The first time they saw it, the lights appeared to be in a row, and they were coming, again, from the northwest.
Why don't you go get your mom?
As the object comes closer, it appears to transform.
They described that it was as though they were looking at the stars being projected on the underside of the object. This has been alluded to in military circles as starfield camouflage. There's an object known as the stealth blimp and other objects that are reportedly designed to project the stars above beneath the object.
Two ranchers on their way back from festivities reported seeing a glowing light come down from the sky and spitting out glowy humanoid creatures. Reported seeing a glowing light come down from the sky and spitting out glowy humanoid creatures.